Many people imagine the Garden of Eden as a place of absolute leisure, a finished environment where the first humans simply rested until they broke the rules. But the original Hebrew text describes something very different. This ancient Hebrew scroll contains the Book of Genesis. The first blessing given to humanity used three specific verbs, peru, rebu, and radah, meaning be fruitful, multiply, and have dominion. These represent a mandate for motion and stewardship. Looking at the two words used for our creation makes this clear. Selim refers to a fixed image given at birth, but demut refers to a dynamic likeness, a resemblance that only forms as a person matures through their spirit. We were created incomplete by design. We are active participants meant to finish our own spiritual development within a living environment. To understand how that growth happens, we have to look at our internal hardware, a hybrid of physical matter and spiritual energy. The first material is the dust, or afar. This is the physical shell and the ego. It consists of literal stardust, meaning it is designed to age and eventually scatter back into the universe. The second material is the breath, or neshama. This is the ultimate self, an unchanging fragment breathed from the Creator that remains constant and eternal. This graphic maps those materials onto a fourfold structure. The unchanging red divine fragment sits at the core, while the soul acts as the bridge to the outer layers of the mind and body. Because our outer shells are built to decay, we experience an inherent fear of extinction. This drops every human into an interactive game of growth that requires friction to move forward. If the environment was meant to be perfect, we have to ask why it contained a dangerous, forbidden tree. The tree of knowledge provides the boundary necessary for free will. Without the capacity to choose against our Creator, we are merely spiritual puppets, which makes authentic love impossible. To facilitate that choice, the game of life includes constant friction, labor, aging, and relational conflict. These are the invariant inputs we all have to process. The tree of knowledge is the stage where that friction forces a choice. We must decide between preserving our ego or choosing love. This diagram visualizes the mind as a prism. A single stressful event enters as white light, but our internal operating system refracts that event into two different spiritual realities. This is the fear OS. When we hit friction, the ego chooses self-preservation. It seeks the easy path, attempting to avoid pain by transferring suffering onto others. This creates dark pain. It exhausts the soul, isolates us from neighbors, and ends in deep resentment. This graphic shows the love OS. This is the narrow gate, where we voluntarily embrace the ache of growth and self-giving sacrifice. This is white pain. We see this in the physical agony of a mother giving birth to new life, or in the archetype of Christ enduring the cross out of love. Pain is an unavoidable part of the game. Our choice of operating system determines whether that pain shrinks us into nothingness or expands us into something eternal. When we choose the white pain of sacrifice, the divine fragment at our core begins to function as an antenna. This is the Eden love field, an infinite frequency of love filling the cosmos. By sacrificing the ego, our internal antenna tunes to this exact wavelength. Once in resonance, massive joy floods the fourfold structure. This energy overrides the physical exhaustion of sacrifice. This mechanical alignment shows that satisfying the Creator and experiencing profound personal joy are part of the same resonance loop. When we tune to the field, the sacrificial act and the reward become indistinguishable. This evidence challenges the idea that heaven is a geographical place we visit only after our physical dust dies. As the text in Luke 17 confirms, the kingdom of God is an internal state that exists among and within us. It is not something found on a map. You are in the Eden game right now. You are surrounded by the friction and choices that allow you to reach that resonance. Every time we choose the white pain of love over the dark pain of fear, we establish that internal frequency, realizing heaven as a present state of mind rather than a future destination.